Where did I even get this money from, Seth? From where did I get the money? From where did I get the money? What do I even do that gives me money? At the age of 9, my parents abandoned me in the village. I may not be able to give you all of the details because the last time I did it, people were crying and it was not a burial ceremony. People were just crying. So I will not do that details yet so that you don't start crying. My parents abandoned me in the village. So why? So let me answer the question of why. My parents are the type that, the Christian family where we believe witches and wizards exist. They exist, they do, but they believe in it so much. And at this point, my mom was like in my life again. My dad, I was now 14-15 years old. So they took me to Warri City. Don't forget, at age 9 to age 15, I have been on my own. I've learned a lot of things. So coming to the city now, my parents now want to contain me. Could they walk? You can't contain me again because when you don't go outside of the gate. Now my mom is saying, don't go outside of the gate. I'm thinking, they work out for night, 1 a.m. They say, I don't go outside at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We know which kind of talk with that one. And I was small, very bold and confident. My mom was like, no, you can't do that. I said, Mommy, I don't understand. I'm hearing cars passing. I don't know cars. This is 4 p.m. Say, your daddy will beat you. I say, beat. I'm thinking, you don't know that beat that the one of years ago. There's something I didn't tell you. When I go to the village, after the meeting, to satisfy human conscience, they told me I have to go to the market square to confess. They carried, those village people, they gather children and a tongue crier. We go to every eye of the market. Ko. I refuse to cry. I will not cry. Don't worry. Ko. My name is. Come on, Jisoko. That means don't speak English. Speak your language. Oh, Damian Keno, Marieda. That means my name is Keno. I'm a witch. My aunties, they hid themselves because they had their own shops in the market. They were doing good. They were big shops. They hid themselves. So I kept crying from every eye. They flogged me. Say it. I said it in that market day. And guess what now? I can talk to you because I can relate. That was small market day. A big market day is coming where all the villagers will come. That's round 1. So when the big market day came, round 2, I have to go again. From eye to eye. I did that. And I came back to the street. I came back home. My grandma was not crying. I don't like what you guys did to this small boy. He's a small boy. Can't you, even if it's the truth that he's a witch, can't you just hide it? Can't you just hide it? Can't you hide? She was angry. Let's leave village part. So now I was now 15 years old and my parents wanted to contain me and I'm like, no way, this is not working. This is not working. I had to run out of the house. Because you can't be telling me you eat this in the morning, eat this in the afternoon, in the evening, don't watch TV, you read your book. I'm like, no, we are not doing this. So you couldn't contain me now. So I ran out of the house. And between the time I ran out of the house, before I ran out of the house, I got born again. Like I knew God. I've been going to church all this while, even when I was in the village. Because that was how my parents raised me. I had to go to church. Church is everything, so I kept going to church. Whether I play, it doesn't matter they play, you have to find yourself in church. So at the age of 14, I got born again, started speaking in tongues, but I was very stubborn. So I was not staying on the streets on my own. Meanwhile, my parents have their own house on the same road. Let's use like this Barnes. That's Barnes, right? Like that Barnes road now. My parents have their own house. But I was on the streets. New life again. Now, street was no longer a new thing because I've been on the street in the village. So I was mingling with people, going everywhere, knew what's going on. First time when hunger wired me, I'm like, what's going on here? I had to go to the restaurant. I said, excuse me, man, can I wash plate for you? Wash plate. He said, wash plate, what do you want to plate do? Why you go to wash plate for me? I said, me wash plate. I said, no, man, are they hungry? Make I wash plate, that's why you go give me food. Abi, you go give me free food. The woman looked at me. Everybody was eating that, they paused. I will never forget that they paused. They said, madam, give the boy food now, make wash plates now. Oh, but not worry, not even wash. Give her food, I go pay. Bros, thank you. But I would like to wash so that tomorrow I'll get food shop because I like this. wash, I beg. That was why that woman now took me in and started washing plates. I will wash plates for money. I mean, when you get to restaurant when you sabi cook and for main garage, people they plenty and they wash plates till 12. But guess what? It was nothing compared to farm work. God has trained me now. It was nothing compared to wash plates. I will get ski, put 3 buckets, 4 buckets, don't rinse out, sharp. What are you talking about? I was skillful in it. They wash plate fire. Then the people when they eat finish, they say, madam, because I greet well. Good, sir, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Well done, sir. Sir, I like your shirt too. One day I'll wear this kind of shirt. Sir, madam, give this boy my 20 naira. Give her my 20 naira change. Give her more. If you don't give her, if you are cold, if you don't give, tell me. They will give me 20 naira, give me 10 naira, give me 20. Someone will just say, give me, I'll give her myself. Every day I must have some change. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to continue like this. What are we going to do now? Because my younger ones were already in SS3. They are gone. Some of my cousins, they're already in university. I can't even talk where they are talking self, but I didn't care. Because I knew that, looking at the whole family, there's nobody I can categorically say I want to be like. I knew. So I said, something has to be done. How are we going to do this thing? Then I met one woman. She used to sell pure water. I said, ma, can I be working for you? He said, you want to work for me? I said, how much will they pay me? I started working pure water. I used to sell 17 bags a day. Hawk. Not be say, I dey sell bag by bag. One. I want pure water. Pure water was 5 naira then. 7 paper. 17 bags, 21 bags a day. Then I noticed that the money was too small. I didn't have what to do with money, but remember what my grandma told me, you have to have plenty money. So I'm thinking like, this thing is not working. I was sleeping on the street, let me explain. I don't have a location to sleep. There's no one place where I sleep. What happens is, if I trek, go NRS Junction, go do business for NRS Junction. If I finish, I go look for the nearest kiosk. Now there I will sleep that night. Then after a while, I discover some area I like. I will look for an abandoned car. You know, we have an abandoned car. I will see if I can open it. Once I can open it, I say, good. So I will wait. I will hang around that area. Wait till everybody is asleep. They close all the shops. I'll be waiting. I'll be spying. I don't want to steal, just to sleep. I'll be waiting. After everybody's gone, I'll just sneak into the car. Open it, I will lock it small. After I enter, rats will start jumping around. Mosquito everywhere. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I can't dare open the window. Everywhere will be hot. I will sleep like that. I wake up 4 a.m. I will rush to the well. There's a well around. I will fetch water. No bucket too. Now the bucket when they leave for the well, I will take and fetch water, go back, pour water. I will carry one of my shirts, take clean body. I'll come go hang inside the car. Come carry another one wear. Only 2 clothes, that's what I was doing. Then one time I'm like, no. Because I was always at the garage. I'm like, no, all these conductors, they are making more money. How much are you making? They say, come on, why you want to know how much are they make? I said, guy, tell me now. Maybe boys hustle now. I got hustle too now. How much do they make? So I had made like 700 a day. I said, 700? I said, 700, 1 month, I never make 700 though. So 700, me, I won't make 700 though. I won't make 700. He said, they do conductor now. I said, okay, how would you do it? He said, oh boy, you go no road, die out. I said, I go no road now. I said, I go take no road. He said, you know what you go do? You enter bus, you go pay money. You go just say they go DSC. So you go start from any junction. As they call the junction, you go they listen. I said, boss, I don't get money to pay now. He said, you go find money now. I said, I was okay. I went to go and collect from someone. All my money used to be in my pocket. There's no bank. I didn't enter my bank. No way to keep money. Then I went to one man that used to park where I used to sleep. I used to see him every early morning. He's an elderly man. I said, sir, can I do conductor with you? He said, have you done it before? I said, no, sir. He said, I want person when no work now. You can't delay me for road. I said, I beg, sir, man, make I learn. I said, you know what? Not pay me. Not pay me. Man, I just work. He said, I'm not going to pay you. I said, just give me food, man, chop. Man, okay, if I follow you work, after 2 days, if I'm not doing well, pursue me. He said, yeah, I agree. That do better. Everybody look me, they enter. As they enter, finish. Pay come from front, pay come from back. Oh, boy, give me change, never give me change. I want to steal our money. You don't want to give me change. I said, yeah. Take your change, now. I don't know verse. Which one will not verse? Your father. I said, nah, me, I'm disciplined. We don't just abuse people. You can't try that in my house. I'm well trained. So I couldn't say your father back. But little by little, the man liked what I did. And he noticed that I was sincere. Because conductors used to always steal money. So he made more money working with me, even though I didn't know the work. So he started teaching me. Do it like this. I was happy. Then one day he gave me money to eat and gave me money. I said, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. He said, no, you're a good boy. He said, keep it up. You will go far. I said, thank you, sir. And that's how I started conductor. I did conductor for 1 year, 1 complete year. The last driver I worked with, he told me, Raymond, the day you stop this work, I don't know if you work again. He told his wife. He said, I'm not sure I will fit. Your foresight is too much. You do this work, but you see things. You know what you do. Conductor money, now I can't go pay myself for secondary school. After I don't pass SS3, I can't start SS1. Private school now, put myself, private school. Never see anything. I carry conductor money, go, I don't save. Save, where? I go pay for private school. I say, now private school, they go now. I started to go private school, St. Vincent. Because I have a lot of money now. Pay for school. I can say, if this money finish, what am I going to do? I must do something. No. As I think, what I will take the money do, First time don't finish, I don't pay school fees. I say, hey, now I hear say, Glow with pride, don't come. And the people, they do business, phone call business. I come go meet one bros. This business when they do, how much? What you do? Sir, you want to do this business? You do conductor before that time now. I say, boss, I don't stop conductor, I don't start school. Hey, don't start school. Good boy. Okay, so how far now? I say, I want to do this business. He said, money, business, money, plenty, you get the money. I said, boss, like how much, tell me. He said, only SIM card now, 40,000. I say, what is my SIM card? He said, SIM card now, SIM, you go put out for 40, make up, now 40,000. I say, so I will come to the business. He now gave me all the blueprints. And I said, thank you. I bought a SIM card, SIM card, 45,000. I bought a Nokia 3310. Because the money was there, I saved conductor money. 3310. And what happened was, I wanted to be going to school and be doing phone call business. It didn't work. But I closed from 2. And I get home because you have to pay certain money to Glow for them to reduce your tariff. So you must make enough money. I just went to one of my friends. I said, bro, what for now? If you find somebody for me go to do this work. So I feel they go to school. He said, hey, go talk to some of those girls now. They find work now. They don't finish JSS3 now. Maybe they do one now. I said, okay. Got one sales girl. That one started doing the work. As she was doing the work, I still had some conductor money saved though. They're always in my pocket anyway. 60,000, 80,000, 120,000 in my pocket. I always wear combat knicker because there's nowhere to keep the money. So I had money saved. And from that one phone call, I opened the second one. I opened the third one. I was still taking first in class. All through. I was taking first. How? I used to go to school 7 o'clock in the morning. I will leave school 7 p.m. You know why? Brother, I wanted to change my life. I didn't like what I was seeing. I knew it was going to take time, but whatever it takes, we are doing this thing. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. No. Whatever it takes, we are going to do this thing. I don't want to know. My younger, don't you understand what I'm saying? My younger ones were already ahead. I will go to school 7 o'clock. I will stay, read, study. To the extent that I became like one dangerous guy. When class closed, break time, I don't go to do break. I'm still studying, either doing my assignment or copying my notes or doing one thing. When they close 2 o'clock and people say, hey, closing time, people are going home. Me, go home to do what? I buy a drink, I sit down there, I'm still studying. Maybe I just take a stroll and come back. Then lesson starts by 2:30. Those that will do lesson will join lesson. When lesson closes by 4, when everybody is going home, I am still in class. I was studying. I became so good. While I was in JSS3, I enrolled for WAEC, senior WAEC. I was in JSS3 when I enrolled, JSS2, when I enrolled for senior WAEC. So I've been going to lesson. All the time I was doing conductor. When I close, I'll go to lesson. So I've been going to lesson. I have studied WAEC, GCE, NECO questions from JSS2, from JSS3, now SS1. So for more than 3 years, I don't study WAEC questions. So when you tell me, say, 2 plus this minus 2 raised to power this equal to what, I tell you the answer, I've never solved them. You know why? I've done solve them like 5 times before. So I don't need solve them now, I just know the answer. When you tell me, can you prove that factorization method or computing the square method is equal to Almighty formula? No need. I know the answer, minus 2b squared. Oh yeah, let's prove it now. Because I've done it again and again. So when you give me some materials equation, whether or what problem, once I read it, this is some materials equation. Because I have done it again and again. Then, while I was in SS1, I started helping people write WAEC. Because my principal knew that I was so good. So when they say people have paid for runs, they will call me. I don't even collect money. They will just call me and say, Raymond, please, I will need you to meet me at that location. I said, okay, sir. So I get to the location, people will sit down like this. WAEC student will sit down like this. They will give me all the questions. It's not like they gave me before. Oh, Ziva Kamana, Solege Hasiatis. They are giving me the question. The way they are saying, that's how I'm saying it. They give me the question, I go to the board, and I say, please don't write all the questions, take the one you want. Out of maybe 8 questions, I will solve 7. I'm not looking back. I'm not trying to think, is it going to work? I will solve it. Some of them, so they'll give us to do objective. They say, no, Raymond, you are too big for objective. You can't do theory. I say, no, I still want to do objective. So I'll give them A, B, C. Some of them I don't solve because I can tell you what NECO, what year they brought that question. I can tell you how many times they brought it in different exams. Because I so studied. Why? They told me my book will help you. After my grandma told me that on a farm, when I came to the city, I met one of my teacher. I said, how can you make it in this life? He said, my book. I said, book? You die here. That's why I started focusing on book like that. I was not so good. Question, so why did I not drop out of SS2? I stopped school. I asked my teacher one day, I said, sir, I figured that I'm not so good at this book thing. How does it not translate to money or wealth now? I would like to know. Because I know that I'm not so good at it. I don't need anybody to tell me. In my extramural class, for those of you that stayed in Warri, there's a guy called Kekule. There's a lesson called Kekule. He's well known in Warri and extramural class. Kekule calls me Whippy Master. What Whippy Master means is, once he put a question on the board, I wipe it. So he tell me, hey, Whippy Master, no answer, no talk. Make them solve. Make them solve, not solve. But when I came to the lesson at the beginning, I used to sit at the back. I don't know anything. I would admire those guys I knew, but I kept learning. So my teacher told me that all the things he was telling me were vague. And I went to my maths teacher. I said, sir, I admire you, you're a maths teacher. And you know I like maths. I said, did you study maths in school? He said, no. I said, so what did you study? He told me. I said, so why are you a teacher? Like, how much do you earn right now? So I had the conversation with him. He thought I was joking. So he postponed it. The next day I came. When I had a conversation with him, tears started coming out because he was regretting why he's a teacher. So he was hiding some information from me, but he still told me that, bro, it's not just book. I'm like, so what is it? So I went to my principal. I said, sir, he's a physics teacher and the principal. I said, sir, did you plan to be a principal? What is it? No one could give me an answer. So I called my mom. Now I had phones, but I don't stay with my mom, but I have connections. So I could call them, I could go to their house once in a while because they've been seeing my progress on the street. So when I pass my exams, I'll go and deliver my results. Whether they like it or not, I'll just drop it, see, I'm not in which, see the result there. I'll go back, So I'll go back, I'll carry the original, I'll go back, give them the photocopy, I can go to my school and go and ask, And we're still attending the same church then. So, I now called my mom, I said, Mommy, I want to ask something. Who amongst our family member I didn't know what mentor is. Can you direct me to that, can advise me? My mom said, I have no advice you. Nobody can advise you. Why would you want them to advise you? I said, no, why are you angry? No, I'm saying, listen for worry with the verse for free. Just the verse in here. With the verse in here. I said, Mommy, no, that's not the point. Like, just show me somebody. I need somebody that can tell me what to do. He said, Uncle Vincent. I said, Uncle Vincent. I said, Mom, where is he? He said, you have to call him now. I said, okay, give me his number. Uncle Vincent was so knowledgeable when that time I was young. He used to write exams for people. A-level exam, he was so intelligent. But Uncle Vincent ended up a barber. So, my mom is like, he didn't know. So I called Uncle Vincent. Uncle Vincent said, can't know. At the years in a conductor, you do now. Oh, boy, you be strong boy, yo. I said, bros, Rafa, where you there now? I said, I do really. I said, bros, Rafa, I will see you now. I like see you. We will talk now. He said, come Ugele now. Baba, I go meet Uncle Vincent. Fine, bros. You don't get 3 girls belly. I say, hey. Now, wow. Now, person will advise me with this. I'll not do. Uncle Vincent. Time I left. I called my mom and said, Mom, who else? He said, call Uncle Roland. Come call Uncle Roland. Uncle Roland is a politician. And Uncle Roland was the writer of the family. But now he's a politician. I can't even access Uncle Roland. I said, Mommy, Uncle Roland has money. He said, yes, now. He has money. Sure, you are asking for money. Ask him. I called Uncle Roland tired. You know why I didn't pick my course? I was a write-off. So he thought I needed money. Because everybody that calls him asks for money. Uncle Roland, till date, Uncle Roland have never seen me. The day all these people will see me. See now, calm down, Raymond. So Uncle Roland didn't pick my call. So I said, no, something has to happen. Then I've known about the internet, but not doing anything. That was like 2005, 2006. I had groups of friends. I'm the leader. What we do is just come together. You teach us biology, you teach us chemistry, you teach this, you teach that. Me, I teach maths, So I just gather them. So we are the guys that know book in the school. We had only 2 girls. So I had, to know how much money I had paid for everybody's WAEC. We were just in SS2. By the way, when I was in SS1, I was already teaching SS3. I will go to their class. I said, today we are doing maths. Hey, we are doing... They will look at me like this. I will teach. My teacher will stand behind. This boy is bold. I was in SS1 when they gave me prefect. Now in SS2 they give prefect too. But at the SS1, it was obvious. Everybody will say, this one I head boy. I think the SS1, no. SS3 they exist. They call me head boy from SS1. So all these things were happening. All of these things were happening like this in school. So I told my mom, since there's nobody that you can direct me to, so I started asking friends. This man, there's one of my friend that said something to me. He cried. He said, some have head, but have no cap. Some have cap, but they don't have head. I said, what does that mean? Because his parents have so much money, and he wants to be intelligent like me, but he cannot be intelligent. So the guy, if I solve his assignment for him, he will take me home and give me food. I will eat well. All I wanted was to eat. I was in GSS 3 then. So he made that statement. So I went to him and said, hey, your mommy get shop. He said, yes. He said, I want to see your mom. He said, waiting. I said, I want to see your mom. And I went to her and I asked questions. I said, ma, how do people make money? Like, how did you become like this? Bottom line is, I asked question upon question. That was when I now figured out. And I asked all my friends, elder brothers and sisters that were in the university. Either he's a court person or he's doing very well, but some of them were sitting at home. Yeah, job, no job. And I asked, this school want me to go now. I'm not convinced you not to go to school. I'm telling my story. Hello? So I said, this school you want me to go now. After all, I mean they pay. Say, if I can't finish after 6 years, I'm not going to get a job. They say, now so the country be now. There was no hope. Nobody was telling me anything that makes sense. Then I sat back. I said, we're not doing this thing. There must be something else. We're not doing it. Because if it's book, I know book. If it's money to pay for this school, I can pay. But all these people, I saw one of my friends, the father works in NNPC at 120. They couldn't get jobs for the 3 daughters. They don't get jobs. So I said, there's something else. That was when I started studying people like James Onanefe Iboli. That was when I started studying the owner of this place. His elder brother is a politician. So that's when I started studying them. I didn't even know until I came here that I know him, I know his family, I know his brother. I started studying all these politicians. I started studying people. I'm like, oh my God. By the way, I did Bonkri too. I didn't tell you. I did Bonkri. I did black market fuel. Black market. I will leave Warri to Bayelsa to go and buy fuel. I will go and pay an army guy in a full army barrack. They will give me an army guy. He will follow me to go to Bayelsa to go and buy 300 liters of fuel. One day, policeman stopped me and says, it's a lie. You can't get 300 liters of a small boy like this. I said, sir, see, if you know you want to frustrate me, you can seize the fuel. This is what I used to pay myself to school. I've been doing it for 1 year plus. If you seize this fuel, I will die here. The man was touched. He assigned his guys to carry me home. See to it that nobody disturbs me. That's how I became very renowned in Warri. My tenacity. If you take me to the station, I waste your time. All the DPOs, they knew me. They call me Smally. They call me Smally. I will sell fuel. After selling fuel, I will go to all the checkpoints and start giving them money. Sir, I'll be Smally. I sell fuel for Orowo Junction. I say my cost settle now. Sir, I'll be Smally. I sell fuel. I will settle. So if I go to buy fuel, one Sunday went to buy fuel like that. Me and my friends, there were 6 bikes. Because I needed to sell fuel that morning for a client, 50 liters. And I called one filling station. I know a lot of filling station managers. And they said, I have fuel, come. I came there early morning. After breakfast, I was coming back with a bike. And the policemen, they stopped us. They stopped my friend at the first stop, the second one. The other one stopped. Hey, park. I don't need to shout. Because I will not be dealing with you. I'll be dealing with your guy. So I parked. I was 19 years old. I parked. And he said, drop the fuel. As he was saying, come here. I said, excuse me, sir. He said, come here, where you go? I said, I won't talk. As the man was shouting, so the boss turned. Say, Smally, what happened? This is your fuel. I said, yes, sir. He said, you know, no Smally. They don't say Smally fuel now. Give my fuel. Give my fuel. And guess what? They don't see plenty people fuel. And these people are mature people that use this to train their children. They don't see all their fuel. So my friend was like, what? This guy has this influence. I didn't say anything. So my friend said, then the man, I said, which one be your own? I said, this one. My friend was like, yeah. I said, and this one too. He said, which other one? Now, if I thought to do favor, he said, which other one? One woman was just there with her baby. I'm like, see, bros, this woman not follow me back because of the release. I could give him a 4 liter for the day. The man I just brought 4 liter. And I took to the boss. I said, no, we are going to give that guy. I took the 4 liter to the boss. I said, sir. He said, no, now you say to us every time. I said, no, sir. This one is for you. He said, which other person follow you for here? I said, yeah, just leave everybody out there. And that's everybody left. You know, so they were thinking like, man, this guy. And guess what? I knew Somebody taught me. It's called good tipping. Somebody taught me. All the people I was asking questions. I saw one guy. Every time he came, he dashed us money. I said, sir, why do you always dash us money? Tell me, why? He told me. So I already knew. And as I was doing it, it was working. The major problem we have, some of these things I'm telling you that I will still keep saying, it's not because you don't know them. The problem is that you don't do. That's why I like Nike. We didn't understand that brand. Nike say, just do it. That is the solution. Nothing I was doing. You don't understand what they call doing. I was doing. I was not having knowledge to keep it. I am doing. That's what's leading me to do this. I was doing. And so I said I was not going to go to school. While I was thinking I was not going to go to school, what is the way forward? My mom just called me one day and said, your dad wants to see you. There's a matter. I said, how many family meetings are going for my head? Okay, no wala. I went to my dad, and your mom said that your mom now said you need to do a DNA test. I don't know. I was thinking a DNA test for what? He said, so you bring it. I said, okay. So he gave me money. I said, Dad, don't worry, I have money. I went to do the DNA test. Don't forget, I was already frustrated at that time. I'd paid for WAEC for all my friends. We were just waiting to go and write WAEC. Let me tell you why I wanted to write WAEC at SS2. I wanted to have the best result WAEC has never had in history. A was not, I wasn't hungry for A. He said, it's not C, it's not 5. I wanted to I won't get results when WAEC for their full history, they never get. I don't break that kind of history for my school already. So in case you think I'm joking, I solved a maths in class one day. My teacher failed it. I went to the staff room. I said, sir, this maths is correct. He said, no, you got the answer correct, but your method was wrong. I said, it's a lie, sir. He said, no, I'm a teacher, I'm telling you. I said, excuse me, sir. I went home, I brought one 1862 textbook. That's where I saw the formula I used, and I said, sir, and I opened it. I said, look. The man looked at me. I said, what? I said, that's the formula. He's a teacher. He has never seen it. Where did I get that textbook? I went to the library. I was solving one question, and somebody referred to that book. I went to look for the book. That's how much I studied. So when I said I wanted to break record, I was not joking. Even my teacher that went to the university has not seen that formula. He said, your answer is correct, but I said, no, sir. I need my complete mark. The day I collected my result one time, my principal told me, you got 20 over 20 in test, you got 20 over 20 in second test, you got 60 over 60 in 100 in exam, so now it's 100%, but I need to take 2% for my bio. I said, sir, I paid school fees. Put my 2%. I was mad. I said, I paid school fees. I was like that. I knew what so it's not like, oh, you got 98 over 20 over 100, you're not happy. Me happy. For what? I got 20/20. First test, second test, exam, I got 60 over 60. I need my 2 marks. We had to go to the proprietor. So I wanted to do that. And now I was frustrated. I didn't tell my friends. I brought the DNA test. My daddy said, hey, according to this, I'm not your father, your mother. I just sat down there looking at the man like this. In my mind, I was thinking, God, you know what? You have to take me now. Because after all this suffering in this life, I'm even trying to get my life in order. And I'm even thinking now that this scooter is not working. And as I was just sitting there, I said, okay, you know what? First thing, and now there's a conclusion. Anything my life wants to turn to, let it turn to now because I'm not doing it again. I'm tired. I'm not. So I just told my dad, no problem. I just cried. He cried. I carried DNA test. I don't know where they are now. I just left. The next thing I got call from the village. They said you should come. I said, if this one is witch, I will burn down this house this time. People should not just talk, bring witch matter. They said, no, come to the village. They want to show you to your real father. Guess why? Do you know why I went? I was hoping my real father would have so much money. We got a court family meeting. My father came. I saw him, he's one, I looked like him. He's one very smallish man. And he was saying, no, I won't take. How can you keep a son away from me for 20 years? One elderly man said, will you sit down there? Somebody trained a son for you for 20 years. I said, excuse me, sir, nobody trained me. Excuse me, sir, nobody trained me. Nobody can tell me that. He said, but I told you, we accepted, I followed my daddy to Urumi, Edo State. The first thing my daddy did, thank you, my son, you're welcome. So now it's sad. I used to have money. He used to be the power holding manager of that full area. Urumi, Iruekpe, Irua, one big vast area, power holding. But he has squandered all his money. All my elder sisters, they're already in university. I was the senior boy. So the other guy, I seen him in a few months. And the other boys, they're already they finished O-level, they want to enter university. And I came in. So now there was no money again. The man just had one car like that. And I was thinking like, okay, so what's happening? They gave me one room. And the money will come here and say, hey, so what are your plans? You need to write WAEC. I'm looking at him like this. Write WAEC. I said, okay. He said, so I will look for money to write WAEC for you. I said, look for money. I paid for 12 people for WAEC before coming here. You will look for money to. I was just looking at him. Say, so the next thing, you are sitting at home. So I started reading now. Because now, for the first time in a long time, I don't need to work for food. There's food in the house. For the first time in a long time, I don't need to stay outside. I have a house to stay. So now, there was nothing else to hustle for. So I was just at home. So I started bringing back my books. I started reading. I started studying about the world. I started studying about what is going on in the world. Who are the successful people in the world? Those are the things I started studying. My dad came, hey, you've been in this room for hours reading. You will have brain fog. Stop reading. I said, Jesus Christ, which kind of life is this? This one I don't like reading. Meanwhile, my former one like reading. I said, okay. I stopped. I started listening to TV. I started searching for men of God. The one I will listen to, the one I will not listen to. Creflo Dollar, Pastor Chris. I started listening to messages. I said, wow, I like this man. I would like to be like him. I knew all the channels that their TV station is on. So for more than 6 hours, I was listening to messages. Because 6 o'clock in the morning is on NTA Asaba. 6:30 is on NTA Bini. 7 o'clock is on ITV. So I knew all of them. My dad said, you watch TV too much. I said, hey. After a while, he said, all your younger brothers are working. You have to work. I said, Daddy, if I go to work, I will not come back like these guys. He said, you must work. I said, okay, no, wala, for peace to reign. My elder sister came. Where is she now, sir? He came, very big girl. He said, look, you are talking to Daddy like that? You're talking to Daddy anyhow? I'm talking. I will slap you. From my mother, look at, if I bust bottle for your head, you know this one we don't see for streets. Look at, as if if I open my body, you will see marks. I stayed on the streets. I see beating. We talk about gun. I look at some people in Lagos sometimes, they'll say, kilo share. I say, for what we know they do kilo share, we slap you, we see blood. No. We don't waste time for kilo share. We slap you now, we beat you, we fight. Even if you kill me now. Not, we don't say kilo share and be jumping, okay? We don't jump, you worry. If somebody just say, your father, I see, he's something to reply back. Your father. Wow. That's what you see. So we don't have time. So do you know how many shoot? They don't shoot me. You know how many beating? We learned how to shoot guns. We learned it. We will carry guns. I was talking to my friends one day. I said, look at you, you are joking. We carry guns. We carry them. We crack them. Shoot it. We move. Wow. So it's heavy. You balance again. We handled them. We did. I have been extremely exposed. In all of the exposure, I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. You know why? I saw the people that did them. I didn't like their life. I didn't womanize. I'm 35 years old. No woman can stand in front of me right now and say I've had sex with her. Let the person come out. She herself will know that she's lying. If tongue are not fire, she's devil's date for herself. So I made up my mind. Whatever it takes, we are going to make this thing. And that's how I went to work. My dad said I must work. As I joined the work the first day, the woman liked me. Factory work, factory. They bag pure water. Started working. From all the money I don't make, because my daddy said I must work. Started working. After 2-3 days, the woman said, I like you. 1 week time, he increased my salary. Before you know it, me that used to come to work 7:30, started coming 7 o'clock. Do you know why? There were a lot of things left undone. The factory workers will just leave them. It's time to go. They'll go home. I'm like, but you have not finished this one. So I started taking it like my own business. If you know if you take it for another person, you know if you take it for your own, forget them. Don't waste your time. I started doing it seriously. The woman said, after increasing my salary, in 1 month of working, I became assistant manager. 1 month. So I have to go to work 6 a.m. in the morning, come back 9 p.m. My daddy said, are you the only one working? Your friends, your brothers have been working before you. So the work I done too much. And now, my Christianity now was not becoming robust because no distraction. I wasn't trying to go and hustle now. So one day my daddy walked into a church and said they should call me out. That's my son, they bring him out. And I came out and my daddy said, today you are going home with me. Choose ye this day who you serve. He didn't know he was quoting scripture. He said, either you go home with me now or you go with the church. I didn't waste time. I said, Daddy, I'll see you at home. I'm going to church. I went back to the church. I was worshiping my God. When I got home, my elder sister was mad. You insulted Daddy, he beat me up. I didn't say anything. No. I was not angry. I just carried my things, wrote an extensive letter. I explained my life, and I said, see, my stepmom is not wicked, so nobody should call her a witch. My dad was not bad. My younger brothers, I'm not dragging any land with him. All the land and house, take. I just want to go and live my life. I've seen too much wala in this life. I am going. I'll call you guys when I get there. So thank you very much. 2 full scarf later, I wrote it, I put it under my bed. I ate with the family on the dining table. Hey, yes. They don't know, I don't book bus since yesterday. I just carry my nylon, carry some of my goals I've written down and some certificates straight to Lagos. And that's how I went to Lagos. I didn't know anybody in Lagos, so it's not like I had one uncle or auntie. I have uncles in Lagos that have their houses. I don't know where they are staying. I came to Lagos and I landed in Lagos in my 2. I had only 14 naira, 13 naira left. Phone call then was 10 naira or 15 naira. I met one guy at the bus stop at my 2 there selling shoes. I said, sir, listen, I just landed now. I just need a place to sleep this night. That's all. Can you direct me anywhere? Just to sleep this night. Don't worry about the logistics. And he's like, he's selling shoes. And he looked at me like, wow, it's okay. I know my church. It's a very big church, Lost Choosing. People sleep there. And it was a Friday. He said, so you go there. So he stopped the bus for me. He said, I beg, drop this boy from my Lost Choosing. I beg, not forget to Lost Choosing, drop on there. I said, thank you, sir. And he paid for me. Today, I didn't collect the man's number, so today I don't know him. So I entered the bus, and that's how they dropped me in my 2. The place is Jesha. As I came down, I just went to the phone call center. I brought out a piece of paper. I called my sister, my immediate elder sister. I said, hello, sis. He said, where you there? Now Lagos number be this. I said, thank God, so you know, so now Lagos number. I did Lagos. I don't get airtime and money. So if this money finish, they go beat me for here. Bye-bye. Go under my bed. You will see everything when you want to. I'll get one later for them. Bye. And that was it. I paid the person. I went to sleep. It's a lie. It was an all night that day. I didn't sleep. They were waking me up everywhere. Anywhere I went to hide. Hello, go inside the church, go inside the church, go inside the church. I said, Jesus. After all the stress for road, and I went to go and sleep. I showed you for the place now. I went to go and sleep in one wonderful place, the biggest mosquitoes of my life. I slept there. I was trekking from Oshodi to my 2. Not to look for anything. I didn't know anything. So I was just thinking, in this life, I'll make it. So one day, see all these cars, I'll have one. I want many safe. See all this wood, okay. Don't worry, Raymond, I'm encouraging myself and I'm crying by myself. And I go to one person, where is this? He said, this is Ojota. I said, Ojota, okay. He said, where are you going to? I kept quiet. No, I don't know where I'm going to. Where are you going to? Because the man knew I was lost. So, where are you going to? I couldn't say anything. But let's fast forward. These are some of the things that I've faced in my life. So when I say young people, let me start with the young people. When I say young people say, I can't do it, the work is too hard. I'm like, you never suffer. If